How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the weekend, I should say. I always say welcome to Friday, but really, welcome to the weekend. Hope everybody's catching me out for the first time or multiple times, and you're here again. Thank you so much for coming out. Oh, I should turn off my radio. Got another radio on the desk here that I'm trying out. Let's see. We should be live. Hopefully, all is good. Yes, can I get in the chat room if you guys are seeing me okay? Hello from Buffalo, New York. All right. Colorado Ham is here. What's up? There was somebody earlier said he was in his 70s, just freshly minted general. Congratulations to him. That's awesome. Wicked Leo is here. Wicked Perfect. What's up? We got some Canada Station. Snake Man. What's up? What's going on? Very, very good. We got Carol. What's up? The Texas Twang. What's up? Very, very cool. Thanks for coming to the Ham Radio Crash Course. Colorado Springs, San Diego this week. Excellent. Very, very good. Okay. How's it going, everybody? I've got always changing up my new stream area since I've got a lot more space to work with and hardware capability to make it happen. So I'm sitting down again, which is kind of nice. I ended up getting a seat for me, which is nice. Man, a lot of people coming in. Aloha, from St. Louis. Okay, maybe a Hawaiian transplant. Very good. Okay, so what are we here to talk about? Well, this is the Ham Radio Crash Course. We try to move forward our knowledge with ham radio and try to apply it week in and week out, and I bring it to you in this stream format. A lot of this information is to help you feel more comfortable and enjoy the hobby more. I definitely don't have all the answers, but I like to take questions and hopefully help people get on the right direction of where they want to be. We've got a lot of smart people out there, a lot of my Elmers who've helped me, so this is just a way for me to try and give back a little bit. I didn't see any of our admins. I think they've got some stuff going on, but if you go to the link in the description, you can join our Discord, which is where we have a lot of our chats throughout the week, as well as join the Facebook group for the Ham Radio Crash Course. All right, yeah, and all those links are in the description. So today we are talking about amateur radio software for your computer in the Ham Shack. I am using Windows in this case. I have done many videos on Mac software and running specific instances of different software. This is going to be more of an overview of a lot of different software titles. This is what we call a patron picks episode. This was what the patrons asked for when I gave them a vote, and this is what they were most interested in hearing about. So if you're interested in that, I do a newsletter once a month. It's $1 to become a patron, and it kind of goes up from there with different perks. But the newsletter every month is $1. Link for that is in the description as well. All right, we got Axel from Cleveland, Dennis Clark in Oceanside. Oh, he's very close to me. Very, very good. And as we do talk about the different applications, if you have any type of applications you recommend, you're free to mention that in the chat. Let's sort this out. We do have a contest today, or a giveaway, I should say. We are giving away a QuirkyQRP keychain and a Signal Stick. And to join in on that, it's really simple. You take that Discord link I mentioned before, go to the giveaways chat. It's going to be on the left-hand side once you get on the Ham Radio Crash Course. And under giveaways, click the little party horn. Right now it says 63 and 62 people respectfully. Just click that and you'll go one up. And if you win, I'll notify you. Pretty simple. I apologize. I've had a cold for a couple of days, so I'm just getting over that. And I am a little weird in the head as far as my voice. All right. Gateway of the West. Dr. C, Wasabi Hosh. Love this stuff. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much. Let's see. A couple of things before we get started here. News. There is an ARRL-DX competition that is underway. The website is arrl.org/ARRL/DX. So if you go to the contest calendar, you can just Google ARRL contest calendar. And if you look in March, which is the 2nd and 3rd this weekend, it is a DX competition. So if you're working on Workdoll States, if you're trying to get your Workdoll State award, this is probably a really good way to do it. The bands are going to be intense, probably intense, close to the level of that for Field Day. So make sure you are available for that. All right. QuirkyQRPs. QuirkyQRPs is the company that sends us the small little transmitters that work off of the 9-volt. Well, they told us last week that they're introducing a new antenna, which they're calling the Slink-tenna, and the link for that is in the description as well. And it's a really nice portable unit. In fact, do I still have pictures for it? Nope. There it is. There's the Slink-tenna. Right. There it is in its packed up size. Uses a BNC connector, so it's good for SOTA. Real small. That looks like it's a 6-inch. That's next to a KX2 transceiver, so you can rock that pretty easily. The link is in the description for that. It's very decently priced. I think it's around $50 is what they're asking. There's some perks that go along with that. So yeah, recommend you go check that out. He's also on Instagram and Twitter, and he does a lot of cool stuff on Twitter. So make sure you check him out. I don't see him in the chat, otherwise I'm sure he would mention it. But it's James Hannibal on Twitter, not Twitch, Twitter. Okay. So, basically with a amateur radio computer, max, that's a good question, Justin. Justin asked, what's the max wattage for that antenna? I don't know. You'd have to message him, but I'm assuming it's designed for QRP, so I would stick to QRP type power. I wouldn't probably take that much above 20 watts if it were me. That's me personally. Okay. So when you're talking about or thinking about a computer in the ham shack, the good news is that you don't have to spend a lot of money. You don't need a powerful station. In fact, you could probably use what would be your hand-me-down station, the computer that you're moving up to another station from, you can use for a ham radio station because the software we're going to cover is not that powerful and it doesn't demand much processing power. So that's very good to start. FYI, this is the website here for the ARRL contest. Wow, that is a big... That's a lot of background. Didn't mention it yet, but today the Brew Crew is a Pizza Port IPA. I've never had this. Man, I can't even pronounce that. Swami? Oh, Swami. It's a Swami IPA. There you go. Swami IPA. By Pizza Port, which is in California. 6.8% alcohol. We got a lot of people who are in here for the first time, so that's awesome. Wow, at James Hannibal. There he is. Is he in the room? Yeah, check him out. I love what he's doing. I don't know when I started following him, but really cool Twitter. And again, I apologize for my cold I'm coming off of. I'm not my typical upbeat self. I took a nap like for most of today. Just slept it off. So feeling better. But K8 MRD radio stuff. Hello from Detroit. All right. Couldn't get me on FT8. We'll talk about that in a bit, but I will be on FT8, particularly as we go to call-ins later on the show. I will be trying to keep a track on the contest, or the giveaway. If anybody knows we're getting close, you can give me a 5-minute warning. That'd be great, because I think some of the admins are out today. So cool. All right. So this is the first app we're going to talk about, N3FJP, which is a very nice, very simple logger that I used for field day. And what's cool about N3FJP is that they produce loggers that are specific for the contest you're working in, and they just have a general use logging software, which we are going to look at now. Oh, is it going to make me go find it? That's not what I want. Okay, fine. Let's do this a different way. Nope, let's do this a different way. Let's go smaller here. So here's N3FJP. Okay, very simple, right? Very, very super simple, but works out really, really well. Let's see. Pick somebody out. KN4SMN. KN4SMN in the chat. That was the first call I saw. So if I do a tab, it'll fill in the details. It'll give me a date. I can add which band I'm working on. Covers all of them. Let's say we're doing 40. Mode we're operating, of course, FT8. And then you can fill in the rest. This is basically so as you use this, it'll start to populate, right? It'll fill in that space. And then as you build more, you can do, oh, hey, toys are for boys. Thank you so much. Let there be no evil in your software. Appreciate that. So basically, once you start adding to this, you can get more information on, oh, there, my phone's blowing up. I should mute that. Otherwise, I'm going to be distracted. So it's very simple, and simple is often very, very good when it comes to amateur radio. Now, I thought that this would pull up the information that it could pull. Oh, I see. So I have to do my my. Hold on. Let's take that off. There we go. So Bear End, North Carolina. And so once you hit tab and you have an internet connection, it'll fill in the information for the person you're contacting, which is really, really handy when you're just trying to log contacts. It makes it really, really nice. In fact, this one is just the simple logger. It's just power, date, time, band, mode, receive, sent, signal strength, or report. And that's it. And you can put in information like where they're at, but largely it'll do it for you. And I'm using the QRZ lookup, so I can add what they're in if I find that information. But you don't have to have that information. Generally, if it's just a simple log that you're tracking, you don't really need to take a bunch of information down. But nonetheless, it's good to have. Okay, so that's it. Will sync to your rig, and the rig interface is under settings. Now. ICOM has the first time I set this up for field day, I had a bit of tweaky stuff I had to do to make it work, and I haven't done that on the new computer yet, but it's pretty simple to get that started. So just make sure you follow what it does, select the rig from the left-hand side there, select your COM port, and then provide it the details that it needs. ICOM has a bit of difficulty with this, but other radios are generally pretty straightforward. So, yeah. And it will look up your awards. It will pull from Logbook of the World if you have that, which I'm not going to set that up right now. But Logbook of the World, I mentioned that before, it's the online ARRL logging system. And you can log a contact directly into LOTW or QRZ.com or EQSL. Reference the video I made on that topic of logging. This will do the same thing and link to it, which is really nice because then it'll pull in your awards that you've gotten and all the other good stuff. So. Jim, Mac gets no respect. No, Mac's great. I love Mac. That's my primary computer. That's my editing computer. It just so happens that streaming is much more effective and easier on Windows, so that's why I'm out here. And let me say this, now that we're talking about that. Amateur radio software is generally more of a Windows game. Linux probably has maybe a better showing than Mac, but generally you're going to do a lot better on Windows. So I recommend a Windows PC just to make your life easy. I don't want to... Oh, wait. Let's get... Maybe we'll work a contact another time. All right. So next, WSJT-X. If you search for WSJT-X on Google, of course... Oh, the giveaway screwed up? Did I script the giveaway? Uh-oh. Oh, I did. I messed that up last night. Okay. Well, what do I want to do? How do I want to fix that? I know how I'm going to fix it. Let me remove the Discords for a second. The way we'll do it, we'll fix it, is at the end of this video when we do our Discord live stream, I will... If everybody goes to the Discord and joins the live stream voice chat, or just joins the Discord, I'll repost the giveaways, and then we can do them that way. Because once they're posted, you can actually fix them. So I apologize for that. I was very sick last night when I set those up. So I apologize. All you got to do is join the Discord, and first thing we'll do is I'll get that set up before I join the chat. And we can go, we can do it that way. So that'll be an easier way of doing it. Thanks for mentioning it. Or we're going to have a really long stream, 3-hour stream. I don't think I can stick around for that. I'll pass out. So thanks for mentioning it. Mentioned in the chat, Windows is for Linux VMs. So going back to the Mac thing. Yeah, Macs are great. You can run a VM. You can run Windows if you want. You can run Wine. Frankly, that's just more of a pain in the butt. I'd rather just have a second computer that's just devoted to this kind of stuff. If you want to do that, go ahead. I'm not a big fan. No, they were both messed up, I think. Yeah, the remaining time, 1 hour and 55 minutes, is not going to work. Not going to work. I don't know why that got so messed up. I set it for... Anyway, doesn't matter. We'll move forward. Sorry about that. So like I said, go join the Discord. You got plenty of time now, and we'll do it in the first 5 minutes after the show, and we'll get that sorted out. So, all right. Thank you for that. All right. Linux has a great logging program. Yeah, I can't remember the name for the logging system. So... I don't know. I don't remember the logging system for Linux, but yes, there is a really good Linux one. Okay, so WSJT-X, the most, probably one of the more well-known apps for PC. This is it. It's very straightforward, very simple. WSJT-X allows you to operate in modes like FT8, JT4, JT9, JT65, and it's really good at Whisper, which is what I like to generally use. So we are listening to 40 meter FT8 right now. For those that are interested, I have my desk here set up. Got my desk with the 7300, and we're just chilling. Collins will come later. So setup for this is pretty straightforward. If you want to, you can go look at, again, one of my other videos on that. I'll link that in the description after the fact. But generally, pretty straightforward. You go to your file settings menu. Under here, you have call sign, your grid. I always recommend that. Where's the double click? Double click on calls, sets TX to enable. Definitely do that. Under radio, you're going to select your radio, which in my case is the 7300. And for PC guys, you're going to need to select your COM port. So to figure out your COM port, you just go to the device manager and click on the USB adapters that you have and look for your particular device. If you have a 7300, install the driver before you plug it in. It makes it work a lot easier. And basically, you'll need to know a little bit of details like which baud rate, stop bits, data bits. I use the data mode. I don't leave it in USB. It's USB plus data. And I leave my split configuration to the rig to let it decide. So using this is very straightforward. In fact, I'll find somebody right here. KU0D has a very low dB. The lower the dB means that, so it goes to negative 24 as the lowest dB. And it goes all the way up to positive something. I've never seen somebody that was blowing down my doors, but it's in the 20s. Basically, you just double click on what you want, and we're transmitting right now. We'll try and make a quick cue if we can. He's close, so hopefully that works. Ryan says he uses Klog for Linux, and it's been pretty good. And then CQRlog for Linux is the Linux logger. So there you go. Those two really good. Well, I don't know if they're really good, but those are possibly acceptable. Your mileage will vary. Go try them out. Okay, didn't reply to my response, so maybe he's not there. It was very busy on FT8 earlier today. I was playing with FT8 on 20 meters, and yeah, the admins are out today. I think they've got some stuff going on. Zach's busy. The had a lot of fun with looking at PSK Reporter, which we'll talk about a little bit later, on 20 meters and 40 meters. Had a ton of people. So check that out as far as that goes. Well, you're not replying. I have kind of a funky antenna setup right now. My friend's repeater, Matthew says, my friend's repeater is connected to Echolink, but when I connect to his repeater, I don't hear anything. Are you sure that there's somebody talking? You generally have to have people talking for it to work. Okay, so that's WSJT-X. It allows you to work FT8. I recommend it. It's one of the applications I use often. It does have a logger built into it, which is nice. And you can just take that file and you can port it to whatever different system you want to. You can upload that to LOTW. You can upload that to QRZ, EQSL, etc., etc. And let's see. To add to that, so second item is WSJT-X JT Alert. Where's JT Alert? So what JT Alert does, it's down here in this window, and they're locked together now. It's at the very bottom of the screen. JT Alert will take information that it sees on your WSJT-X, and it will add them to its page. during its 15-second time slices. What's nice about JT Alert is that it will give you a color coding depending upon the stations that they are hearing. So right now we just got two green. One is Wisconsin and Indiana. And it will give you some quick information. Oh, Abby, someone says, "Living the good life." Cheers. Thank you. We are having fun, hopefully. So let me wait for the next round to come, and I'll show you what it looks like. You can hover over any of these. Oh, call's gone. It cycles every time. So there you go. So hover over that, and it gives you distance is 2,700 kilometers. 2,700 kilometers. LOTW, yes. EQSL, yes. Wanted grid, EN52. So gives you all kinds of information. Makes it pretty simple to do. And you can just leave it like that and let it run in the background. What's nice about it is you can, at the top, it gives a call sign and then what their reading is to you. So 3 dB is pretty dang good. I could probably work a contact with them. So what's his dB at? -5, and this one is -4. -4, I'll try it. You just double click on it and it immediately lets you start making the call. So pretty straightforward. Muffin Man said, they're talking about the Wind System in the chat. The Wind System is a worldwide, I believe, linked repeater system. So many internet linked repeaters. There's a couple of them here in Southern California. I believe it started in Southern California. They still have a lunch or a breakfast that they do every month or every couple of months. It is a very, they follow the rules on the Wind System, so. Which is good. It's generally good. A lot of very smart people on the Wind System. Big fan of that. Oh, my default wattage on FT8 is generally 25 watts. However, that totally depends on the antenna, the configuration of the antenna, and how good it's getting out, which we'll talk about in a bit. In amateur radio, your goal is to try and make the contact. So if you're trying to get to the East Coast, for instance, and you're not getting to the East Coast, propagation is important, of course, if you're doing your propagation checks and the propagation's bad between your area, right? If you're looking at the maximum usable frequency, the MUF, and it's just not working on 40 meters, then it doesn't matter if you crank power, you'll never get there. Ideally, you don't need more than 25 watts. The only problems you may have is your antenna configuration could be not as effective at radiating your power. Case in point, I'm testing out an antenna. It is a 120-foot end-fed wire antenna made by Chameleon Antennas. I think it's great, but it could be much more effective if it was higher up and you had a sloping wire that went to a connection point. Okay, good. They're replying to me. I'm a -16 right now, -16 dB. So pretty low. That's totally workable, though. If you're having a hard time with FT8 and you know the state, so for example, Whip Grease and I had worked for months, weeks, trying to get a contact together in Canada from here in Southern California. And I would go more power to try and make that contact happen. And there are others in the ham radio crash course that I have raised the power for. And generally that's okay. The problem, and I don't see anybody doing it right now, and so this is what it looks like when you have a log. Go ahead and capture that. Boom. So the problem is that if someone has higher power, they start, if you see those little yellow boxes on the top waterfall, as it starts going down, they start to splatter all over the place. The high power just kind of takes out other people in their general vicinity. So it's not very hospitable to other people that are operating in the same or adjacent spaces in the same frequency slices or relative same frequency slices that you're in with FT8. So generally, there is not a maximum power, as Joe S is asking, because nothing's going to stop you really. But I know people that have been contacted to be like, hey, dude, bring it down a little bit. You don't need that much power. At the same time, power can be relative because if you have a highly effective antenna with if you've got a directionable antenna like a Yagi and you're pointing in a certain direction and someone's maybe a state over or 1,500 miles or 500 miles and they're in the path, they could just get blasted and you come up as a plus 20 dB to them. and they may not be putting out a ton of power. So power can be relative. Say No to Kilo says, heard some story. People leak their own computer audio in FT8. Yes. So this is using the audio adapter output, depending on how you have that set up. I have mine connected to a USB connection that goes into my radio, and that's where that data is flowing. However, if you're using the audio out jack, like a speaker, like you would a speaker or whatever, that goes to your radio, you could be sending in any instant messenger, or, you know, when we do the call-ins and you get that chime that there's a caller in, any of that could technically go over the line. So be careful with that. Okay. So what's next? All right. So there's a competitor to WSJT-X. I wouldn't say competitor. It's ham radio. We don't compete, right? So JT-X is a very similar application to... Why is this all... JT-X, where's our mode? So this is not FT8. This is not WS... Now I'm all screwed up. WSJT-X. This is JT-X. And you can get it at jtx.tech. Different type of setup. This is 40 meters. You can set it up very similar way. Oh, Franklin Lewis, thank you, buddy. Wow, appreciate that. You didn't leave a question, but feel free to post one, and I'll hopefully see it. I really appreciate that. Thank you. JT-X is a really cool... Oh, I forgot an app. Oh, man, we're going to have to do that live. We might have to do a live install here at the end. JT-X, cool app. You can use that. I don't have much to say about it because I'm not a big user of it currently, but it's added to my list of things to try. And I mention this because a lot of these apps, almost all of them I use on a day-to-day basis, depending on what I'm working on. But some of them are kind of new to me, and I think they're cool, so just wanted to give this one a shout-out. So JT-X, check that out. Okay. Next one. SSTV. I love this app. This thing is quirky. This thing hasn't been updated. Nope, that's the wrong one. Get out of there. There it was. Click the wrong thing. SSTV has been around since 2010. That's the latest version. And it's solid, and it's working, and it is an SSTV app, and it's great. It works just fine for working SSTV. I did a video on this as well, which I will post links to. But if you search for, Ham Radio Crash Course SSTV or Hashnazi SSTV, you will find it. It is basically an application that you can take your pictures. So let's add pictures here. Nope, that's not it. And I have a bug flying around me, and I want to kill it. I want to kill it really bad. Why are you asking me about template? Oh, there we go. So if we go up to... Take your favorite radio mem. Oh, come on. Are you doing this now to me, PC? I am having one problem with this PC. It's kind of being fussy. I don't quite understand why there's files in there, but there's nothing. Okay. Well, we'll figure that out another time. Basically, SSTV is very simple for using your radio to send and receive pictures. We're not on a SSTV frequency, nor is there... So SSTV is kind of an interesting thing. I would recommend, if you want to play with this, download the application, get your radio set up correctly for it, which is pretty straightforward. Again, I have a video on that if you look for it. And leave it. Leave it running in the background where you're doing something else. If you're working on stuff. Oh, hey, 08H SSTN. STN is in the chat. Hey, what's up? Julian. Man, Julian's been killing it, so make sure you go check him out. His battery information, his power source stuff, his working out in the field is awesome. So go check him out for sure. Just waking up, he says. Yeah, he is a bit on the other side of the world almost from us. So yeah, MMSSTV. There. So NEC2Go. That's the next one. NEC2Go. What a interesting app. This is a antenna modeling app. And you can, so let's just take a simple dipole, double click. this gives you basically mapping out a dipole in relative space. So if you wanted to actually plan out an antenna build, this would be a app you would start with, and it's nec2go.com. I thought this was very cool. I've used this on a couple of dipole builds. And so for that, let's see, start with that guy. So right now the length is 33.75, the height is 62 feet above ground, and the coax is 75 feet. So if we add, you know, let's lower it actually like it's like a house. Okay, so we lowered it a bit. Okay, let me get out of that. Let's see, we've got our things in. Okay, let's run it. So it gives you a bunch of information here. Oop. On, let's see, where is it? Transmission line. So we'll get about a 1.37 to 1 SWR off of the lengths and the height that we have it. So pretty easy. Joe S. So a lot of these programs are downloadable EXE, or they're web apps that do the same. There are some, which we will talk about, but there's not exactly what's going to do this. So keep that in mind. And here would be the 3D plot for our dipole that we just made. So once we got it off the ground a bit, or actually we lowered it like it was just above a roof, kind of like mine at my home, this is generally what it would look like. This is the demo version. I believe it is $30 to get the full version. And if you're interested in modeling antennas, it would probably be a good thing to have. All right. NEC for the win. You'll see a lot of other... DX Commander uses one of the two. He either uses NEC or uses another one. All right. Everybody's favorite application, CHIRP. Where's my CHIRP? CHIRP, CHIRP, CHIRP. I have done a ton of videos on this one, so I'm not necessarily going to go through all the details there. I will mention, though, go to download. All right. Go to download. Click Windows or whatever operating system you want. And there's a daily, okay? It's an installer. It's a .exe. It's a daily. If you install that, right, you're going to get whatever the daily build is. And the reason why they produce daily builds or update often is they include more radios. So if you use CHIRP and it doesn't have your radio in it, what I do is I type in the radio name and I just type in CHIRP. In fact, every time I get messages from people, this is all I do. I Google CHIRP radio name. CHIRP radio name, that's all I do. And it'll give you back a help log. And basically what people will do is they will request to have certain support for different radios. And they will start, a dialogue of, okay, I have the radio. Okay, I can test this out. This is the developer doing this. Goes through the whole process, and then it gets put in the build. So make sure you're operating on whatever build is going to be effectively for that radio, right? So CHIRP for that situation is the way to go. And of course, I don't have my radio here to be able to show you using CHIRP because I was running around to get here in time. CHIRP, basically, download from radio is how you start the whole game off. And the Mac guys have a bit different. It doesn't say COM port. It's actually the USB driver that you use. And then you select the brand, and you select that. If you want more information on programming CHIRP, go to literally any one of my Baofenging programs or programming videos. It's the same concept depending on no matter what radio you have. Very little difference there. All right. Okay. I do have Ham Radio Deluxe, but I'm not very fluent in how the free versions work. Normal Ham Radio Deluxe is about $100 to own it and run it. I generally go more towards the free software. I have paid for some of the pay software, but not the biggest fan on some of the pay stuff. With that said, Ham Radio Deluxe is really good. I am just getting my computer brought over from the Mac side to in the garage here for a ham radio type space. So I haven't decided on whether or not I'm going to purchase that. Ham Radio Deluxe is great though because it gives you full rig control. The logging video that I did covers that in more detail where we go through a lot of different stuff for that. So check that out as well. Okay, I'm going to bring up WSJT-X again. Oh, no, I've got a couple more. FL Digi. So FL Digi, old school digital mode software. A really useful application for PSK31. In fact, most people have probably used it at one time or not before WSJT-X came out and FT8 as a byproduct. It's still very good. It's not as easy to set up as is WSJT-X. I find of all the applications that run on connecting directly to your radio, WSJT-X is one of the best. I will cover one more, though. So that's PSK31. And I felt horrible that I didn't have this downloaded and working. JSA Call. Definitely try out JSA Call. Now, Julian's in the chat. He's going to be like, hey, bro. Hey, bro. Why are you not JSA calling? No, I don't want to clone. This was so easy the last time I did it. And now it's changed so much. Julian says, I love any software which help us get on the air. Yes. And I'm like, yeah, of course. And I don't have any of it set up. There we go. We're doing this one live. While I'm downloading that, in fact, let me kick off the install. We'll do a live setup of JSA Call to see if I'm up to the task. Oh, it's still loading. So web apps. Somebody asked about web apps. Yeah. So one of the web apps I recommend is... We'll go full screen for this guy. Or not. It doesn't go big. There we go. This is my part day of running... Oh, I gotta back this up. This is pskreporter.info. I was on 20 meters and 40 meters today on FT8 and was down to South America and Japan. And then all that sea of blue is 40 meters. Woo. So got all over the place with my little weird antenna I have set up. But pskreporter.info is really good. A little laggy sometimes, even on my computer right now. But still pretty good. If you don't like, if you want something a little bit faster, go with hamspots.net. Hamspots.net is almost instantaneously updating with contacts or people that can hear you and who you have heard. So the left column is calls spotted by KI6NAZ, which is me, and KI6NAZ spotted by. And so you can get a pretty up-to-date information on how you're doing on any band of origin or something you're working on, which makes it really, really easy. As far as something you can do just from the web, I recommend WebSDR. WebSDR is super awesome. We've used this on a couple of my QSO videos, like WSJT-X or JS8 Call. And all you got to do for this one is basically filter to the band that you want. Region is fine, so North America if you want something local to you. And then you can go down to the bottom here and you can see a map. You can see a map of all the stations that are operating 40 meters. So if you want to see how well you are single sidebanding out through Texas, past Texas, you can go to the Texas station and bring up the link. And there you go. We are on a WebSDR. WebSDR is really useful if you're testing out your station, particularly for single sideband or CW, and you want to know how well you're doing and getting out there. So check that out. Let's kick off this zip. overbuilt right now. That's going to be a problem. Another good app, let me back this one up so you can see it, is ns6t.net. Search for the Azimuthal map and type in your location. In my case, it's DM03, and hit create map. And what this does, this is for guys that have a rotatable beam, something that has directionality to it. It will center the map on you and make a circular grid with degrees of declination going around it. And that is helpful if you have a tuner. You basically use that map to point your antenna to which direction you want, which is really helpful. It's embedded in Ham Radio Deluxe, but if you just wanted a standalone thing, there you have this, and you can download the map from that at your own. Let's figure out the downloads. Why can I not do the download? Oh, I already did the download. Yeah, Great Circle Map is also another name for it. I have not done this correctly. I need help. Andy Shute says, I'm on PSK Reporter now. This is exactly what I was looking for. Yeah, it's a really, really good app for that. So, let's see. Oh, there it is. Duh. So, let me go back. If you go to groups.io/g/JS call, and you go down to looking for the download links, they're on the wiki page. I knew they were somewhere easy. And then under Windows, there it is. So we're doing this live. Maybe we'll work a little JS8 call. And then we'll do some call-ins. We'll get that going, and then we'll do some call-ins. I don't think I can hit Julian from where I'm at, but that's a wish of mine. Oh, Julian, you are, I'm with you, man. He said, I really wish there was a JS8 and FT8 for Android. Totally agree. Totally agree. I wish that capability existed. Is it going to install? There we go. That's the next big thing, I think, for FT8 and JS8 call, or whomever mode comes along that can be like, no, we've got this, you know, we've got an application out that you can actually run on your phone instead of dragging out a tablet. I know that's what Julian does. I hope you don't hear the kids yelling in the background. Oh. Hang on to your butts. So this is my penalty for not having it ready to go. You guys have to watch me stumble through it live. So hopefully you're ready to catch all my errors that I make. Other than that, so the reason why there's not a lot of web apps for amateur radio is more of like assisting apps. The reason is because a lot of the times it needs to interface with your computer or interface with the file system. Oh, yeah. All right. Hey, buddy. There we go. Okay. Radio. ICOM 7300. There we are. I'm on COM3. I usually use 9600 just to make it easy. That's data bits is 8, stop bits is 1. Handshake, you leave it default. Don't mess with that. Okay, cat's good. The cat is good. Attempt. Where's my PTT? Oh, PTT. Cat. There we go. We want to run data mode. Split. We want the rig to decide. All right, let's test it again. Cat. PTT. We're good. That's it. I just set up JS8 call. That easy, guys. Under the guise of working a stream, I did it. Oh, it's gone. There it is. Okay, so I think I'll do a beacon. Did that change? Let's listen out here, see what's going on around us before we start doing anything. always be listening. Always be listening. Never be too fast to just go and start slamming the bands, because you may be stepping on somebody with digital. So digital, if you think about it, so see these vertical lines, right? There's 2 of them, and that's your space on the band. And if you're on top of somebody, you could be disrupting their QSO. So make sure you're not just smashing over the top of people. Okay. Oh, sorry. If you heard that tuning node. Sorry. Okay, we're tuned up. Sorry about that. Justin, Signal Stick, unfortunately, is the giveaways are not working correctly right now. I have to. So again, for those that are watching and looking for a giveaway, we're still doing the giveaway, but it's going to be after on the Discord live stream chat. So make sure you join the giveaway. All you got to do is go to the link in the description to Discord and go to the live stream chat area, and I will be posting the giveaways so that you can join them. I apologize. I screwed up the times. It says oh no, that is right. Wait, why? Oh, I know what happened. Okay, no, I screwed up. That's my bad. I'm glad everybody kept joining the Discord, the giveaway. So what did I do with the other one? Did I screw that one up bad? That one is screwed up. Well, that's easy. The QuirkyQRP giveaway will be in the after chat. I'll do it in the after chat stream. So if you join the after chat, we'll do that one there. I apologize. I put too long of a time on it. But there are 130 of you that have clicked that one, and I feel really bad. So I'm going to have to cancel that one and then redo it, but no big deal. Just join the live voice chat after, and we'll get you sorted out. All right. So I'm not seeing a lot of activity on 40 right now. Am I on the wrong frequency? I'm pretty sure I'm on the wrong frequency. Where's Julian? Yeah, Quirky After Chat. There you go. Where's Julian? I need Julian. Let's do JS8 call frequencies. See, this is all you have to do. This is what I do, just like everybody else. And you just go down Google until you find the answer to your question. What frequencies can I use on JS8 call? There you go. 7.078, which we're on. Okay, good. Not a lot of activity out there. Not a lot going on. Darn. Julian, I don't know if we can hear each other, buddy. I would love to work in contact with you. That would be a lot of fun, but I don't know that where are you? Are you at home? If you're at home, I don't think we can make it, man. So I'm going to set, just for the hell of it, I'm going to set my frequency to 1500. 1500 is kind of like the sweet spot for the 7300, the ICOM 7300. So I'm on the right frequency. It's 7.078. The app knew that. I'm just going to call it CQ. Oh boy. Let me mute that. Sorry. That might not be set up correctly. It's not. Apologize. Let's go ahead and stop that. Stop it. So this is generally what happens after you get your rig set up correctly. You have to go in here. Yep. The wrong audio got selected. So the USB audio codec is the one you use for the 7300. So there's the input. Here's my output. And now we're going to call CQ again. You should not hear that now. Yeah, we're unmuted now. Should be good. Oh, well, we got it on 80. That's good. So I'm calling CQ. We'll see if anybody responds. We have on the left-hand side that green signal bar here. Means we're receiving. I don't see anything on my waterfall. FT8's right next to it, and it's booming. There's a lot of people out there. So not a lot of activity right now. JS8 call is obviously not as popular as FT8. It is more of a conversational style, more like the PSK31. And that is more intuitive for just having a chat with folks, which is really nice. I like JSA Call for that. However, from someone who used to do PSK31 a lot, that was my preferred mode back before FT8, I find it's not as fast. JSA Call takes a little bit longer. Nothing wrong with that. But again, you're packing in a lot of data in a particular amount of time, and so you generally have to do a couple cycles to get it to go. Question in the chat. Big777 says, I just watched your Buckfast video. Did you enjoy it? I enjoyed Buckfast. I drink Buckfast again. I don't think it would be on my regular. The guys in Scotland, you boys in Scotland, I don't know how you're slamming that on the reg. That's all I got to say about that. It's not bad, though. I wouldn't say it's great, but let's see. Andy Schneider, what's the best for CW? So FL Digi will do CW. So you can use that. I will say decoding CW is difficult no matter what you do. It's just you almost have to have very perfect code to decode CW correctly. It is tough for software to handle the intricacies of the fist in CW. Humans have a better time at it, but... So Bob says CW Skimmer. Oh, you know what? Did I download that? I don't know that I did. I was wondering, I thought I had a CW one. The problem is CW is kind of a weird... Now, let's see. I also kind of don't want to have the crutch of learning CW by using a skimmer, so I'm kind of careful to not do that. I prefer not to do that. Let's see. Well, let's look it up on the web. I'm going to go ahead and illuminate the call-ins. So if anybody would like to call in and chat, if you've got your favorite application you'd like to talk about, why don't you go ahead and call us, and then we'll do the giveaway, which is in 2 minutes and 37 seconds, guys. Oh my God. There you go, CW Skimmer. Okay, CW Skimmer. And we'll go find a CW station and we'll check it out. We know it's working correctly. JSA call. 1 minute 52 seconds. Oh, we're downloading. We're running. We're installing. I love taking live recommendations on software. Keep me on my toes a little bit. Who other of the YouTube streamers are so willing to just be like, yeah, just sure, go ahead, let me install your software and run it. Let me give my computer a disease. Oh my God, unregistered copy. You're already killing. Although this looks pretty good though, so all right. I see what it's doing there. Is that coming through to you guys? Oh yeah, you're getting a little bit of that. Oh, you got a recorder? All right. Let's do some setting changes here. Audio. We got to give it the right audio. Let's see. Oh, I see what I did there. We don't want to do that. Okay. All right, let's find some CW. So I'm over here. I don't have any CW. There's CW. All right, we just zero beat. I know. I like CWQRN. I have Echolink. I've had Echolink for years. That guy's really in the dirt, though. Oh, we got a giveaway. Ah, I missed the ending. Micah Lonix, you won the Signal Stick. So I will send you a message, and we can do that after the show. Join the Discord, please, which you must already be. Okay, there's a better station. You can't make it bigger, you can only make it longer. Hey, that's pretty good. Okay, hold on, let me switch this over. That's pretty good. Wow. Okay, so I gotta hand it to you. I may have to buy this. Damn. CW skimmer. So what I'm looking at is the bottom underneath the waterfall here. There's a printout. Oh, he's coming in really loud right now. There's another station. Wow. I really like that. Are you hearing it? Can you guys hear it okay? Is it not too loud? Colin, Owen, Flood, any APRS packet programs to recommend? Ooh, yeah. Oh, God. What was the one that I was using for a while on the Mac? Man. No, let's see. So we want APRS software. Windows. Not APRS. APRS IS is just for receiving, but... Let me sort this out. Man. You got me. I haven't done it in such a long time. Oh, Yark. Yet another amateur radio client. That's it. This is the only one I know of that you can use is Yark. That's the most effective one. Oh man, this CW skimmer is great. I don't know who mentioned it, but I can't remember who it was in the chat, but that's perfect. That's really good. That's surprisingly good. It's a little laggy, though. It seems to catch up. It's not... Hamtest.org is really good for getting your license, for those that are, we're talking about getting your license. I don't know if anybody called in. Call in now, caller. We'll take your calls live. That guy has kind of an erratic hand. Mr. Diaz, is there an HRCC Echolink node? Currently, no. Currently, we do not. We'll wait a little bit for a call in. If nobody calls in, no big deal. We've got 200-something people, 230 people watching right now. No big deal. I will encourage people to join the Discord because we're going to give away the QuirkyQRP radio right after this. And the live after chat is kind of like this, but you're not watching me. You get to talk to me directly. But if you don't want to be... Oh, Ethan's there! Out of the... In the last moment, there's Ethan. So... Go ahead, take the link. The link's also in the description, which I mentioned. Out of nowhere, a wild admin appears. Oh, and definitely take Ian's link to the HRCC digital info. So we are trying to encourage people to check out our digital platform. Let me turn this down. We are now, in fact, I'm going to do a couple things. Let's mute that background noise for a second. In fact, let me just stop this program altogether. Jeez. Okay. CW Skimmer. Amazing. Whoever said that, super ham radio points to you, sir. So I'd like to really encourage everybody, if they can, to check out the... Oh, God. There we go. To check out our digital area. We have got our DMR talk groups and our Yaesu System Fusion reflectors linked. So... basically, when we do our contacts now, or when we do our nets, we're all talking together, which is awesome. So Ethan has the link. Go check his link out. Super, super cool. That's been a lot of fun. Good question. Vidoc G says, is it possible to use your call sign in other countries outside the States? I travel a lot and can only operate here. Good question. You generally have to use your American call sign with some kind of identifier. But it's your responsibility to understand the laws of operating in that country. So you need to look up that information before you go. Okay? You have to look that up before you go. But typically, yes, and sometimes they have a qualifier that you have to say. Does DMR and Fusion require special radios? Yes, it requires a radio that can demodulate digital and encode digital and modulate digital. However, you can use a hotspot in your house to replace a repeater. Because what the hotspot's doing is taking in that encoded digital message or data and sending it over the internet. And then everybody... all the other digital nodes that are connected to that internet location are receiving you and demodulating it out on the radio that's on the end. So you still need a special radio, yes, like this ICOM 51A is a D-Star radio. This FT2DR is a Yaesu System Fusion radio. You still have to have a special radio. Analog radios will not do it, at least as far as I know. Just bought an ICOM IC2300H. Very good. Congratulations. Yes. So D. Milner says, to operate in Canada, add the province prefix to your call sign. There you go. All right. It sounds like we got a lot of phone people that are watching on their phone, so they don't want to call in because then they wouldn't be able to watch the stream. So we're probably going to wrap things up here because we've gone a little long. That's cool, though. If we don't have any calls, that's all right, too. OH8STN has a good point. With China, you need to get a Chinese license. You can't use the prefix in your American call sign, but for other countries, it's pretty simple. Yeah, and I believe there are other things that are specific. There are other countries that are specific as well, so keep that in mind. Again, don't assume. Okay, that's the big thing. Never assume, because recently there was an amateur radio operator who was close to receiving jail time for operating in another country outside of the country of origin. You really do need to be responsible with using the amateur radio frequencies. Just bringing a radio, even a receiving radio like shortwave, could be illegal depending on what country you're in. So do the due diligence and make sure you know what you're getting into when you go to a different country. Jeremiah asks, the FT70 will work with Fusion. Yes, it will work with Yaesu System Fusion. It will also do wires. Wires is an interface control for Yaesu System Fusion. Joseph asks, if you are talking on Echolink on another country's repeater, do you need to identify with a prefix? That is a damn good question. I don't know the answer to that one. I would stick to using your call sign since that's where you're located. You're in that country, so just continue to use that. Yeah, thinking of getting an Anytone to replace Radioddity GD77. I talked about recommended radios on the $1,000 Ham Shack, and Anytone, I believe, was one of them. I'd have to go back and look, but you'll probably be able to find it faster if you just went back. James, great stream, Josh. Thanks for the shout out. Yeah, I'm building your. I'm gonna get one. Cool. I can't wait to try it. I'm very excited to try it. I've got a spot all set up on the side of the house, and I'm gonna run it. What is the number for? So the number for Yaesu System Fusion. Let me see. Oop, that's not gonna work. If Ethan might beat me to it. Okay, let's see. I've got my Pi Star. Oh, Jesus. I'm playing the what did I set my Pi Star password to game. I remembered it, I think. Okay, we are on YSF01037 for HRCC US link. In fact, I will just drag that right down here and add it to it. So what you're looking for is here under Yaesu System Fusion configuration. This is my HR. This is my Zoom spot. So there you go. YSF01037. Oh, you can't see that. Jeez. I need a producer. It is YSF01037 US HRCC link. Okay. Well, no one's going to call in, and that's all right. We'll make it up next time. So I am going to go set up a contest for a QuirkyQRP receiver sent from me to you, thanks to QuirkyQRP and James Hannibal, who is in the chat. And we're going to head over to the Discord live after chat. So if you want to talk ham radio and a lot of other shenanigans, now would be a good time to take that Discord link in the description or scroll up to Ethan's link that he posted earlier and join us. We'll have a lot of fun. Okay. Good talking to you guys. Take it easy. See ya.